Hi, everybody. Welcome back to your journey, your quilting journey. Today, we're going to interview my friend, Amanda Dill. She was one of my students this past year. We made the Underground Railroad quilt, and hers turned out amazing. It's so beautiful. I love it. And you're going to get to see a little sneak peek of it. So that is a huge bonus I didn't even expect. So thank you, Amanda. So I have a list of questions to go through, and we'll get going here. So hopefully you're joining us. All right. Well, welcome, Amanda. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, what you do for work, that sort of stuff.
Okay, so my name is Amanda, and I live here in Casper, and I'm a wife and a mother of two boys.
Yeah.
Hudson is 4. William is he's like 20 months now.
Oh, wow.
um, and my husband's a pastor, and I'm a nurse at Summit Medical Center, and I just went back to work this past summer. I've actually been a stay-at-home mom for about 4 years, so that's
Wow.
kind of new, and
Yeah.
adding that element to our life makes it
Yeah.
a little bit crazier, but it's good. I love being a nurse.
Mhm.
So I work PRN or part-time ish. So
Uh-huh. Cool. I'm sure you're
yeah.
awesome at it.
Oh, I hope so. I don't know. Yeah. So, I'm originally from Alabama. I grew up there, and my husband's from Sheridan, Wyoming. So that's how
Oh,
we are in Wyoming.
cool.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
that's
Well, who taught you
that's.
how to quilt?
Um. Well,
Well, how about who taught you how to sew, first of all?
who taught me how to sew would be my mom.
Okay.
Uh, she would sew. I wish I had a picture. She would sew me and my sister matching dresses, like
Uh-huh.
Daisy Kingdom dresses. I don't know if anybody even knows what that is, but they were like fancy dresses
Uh-huh.
for us to wear to church when we were little. And then sometimes, like she would even sew herself, a matching
Yeah.
dress so the three
Uh-huh.
of us would match.
Oh, fun.
Um, yeah, so she'd let me play around on her sewing machine once in a while, and I was in 4-H, so I entered different 4-H competitions, and I actually brought like one of my 4-H first things I made. It's probably embarrassing, but so I
Oh,
made this.
so
I don't
cute.
think there was a little bit of sewing involved in this, but
Yep.
then I made the worst quilt ever. But it
Oh,
was like a quilt for one of my baby dolls. And some
cute.
of the actually, I remember some of these patterns were in like some of the dresses that
Mm-hmm.
she made us, and
Uh-huh.
then I made some like pajamas. That was my big project I sewed for 4-H, and it actually is that cow
Uh-huh.
pattern, right?
Cool.
So yeah, so that's my mom taught me to sew, and then I didn't for a long, long time. Went to college, and I forget whether it was between a summer I graduated or like I was, before, just a summer in between or when I had graduated.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Me and my friend Amanda wanted a way to hang out. We're both Amandas.
Uh-huh.
And her mother-in-law has a quilt shop in Headland, Alabama,
Oh, cool.
and she went to the church I grew up into. Um, and so we were looking for a way to hang out that didn't involve food. Um, which is really funny, but like, you go have lunch with your friends, you go have coffee with your friends,
Yeah.
and it's always like eat.
Right.
So we wanted something that wasn't food, and
Mm-hmm.
Miss Sherry had started teaching her how to quilt, so I would go she had quilt class every Monday night, and hers was more like an informal, just bring whatever you're working on, and she would help us.
Okay.
And I made my first quilt there. I made two. One of them I still haven't even like sandwiched together and quilted. Might need you to
Oh,
do that one of these days. Um, and then I moved to China to teach nursing. And so me and Miss Sherry
wow.
had a deal going on. I would bring her back a bunch of pearls,
Oh.
and so I had like a pearl trade going. So I'd bring her all these pearls, and she would let me take her classes for free, basically, and help
Awesome.
me with whatever I was working on. And she let me use her long arm even to do one of my
Oh,
quilts. Not very
cool.
good, but she helped me.
Still
So
fun.
yeah,
I didn't know that
yeah. So
with the pearls. I would have had you pay me in pearls.
right, right. Well, I don't go to China anymore, so yeah. She would.
Bummer.
She was so fun because she'd just give me like $100 US and say, just get me something pretty. And like,
Yeah.
okay, go
Wow.
shopping.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. So yeah,
Let's
that's
see.
how I learned. And then I moved. Yeah, I got married, moved to Wyoming, and I stopped and had babies, of course. So I
Mhm.
stopped
Mhm.
doing
Everything.
most sewing and craft everything. Yeah.
Right?
And
Having a life.
so just got back into it like last year with your class,
Awesome.
and you helped refresh a lot of the things I'd forgotten and or
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, you did a great job, as we can see behind you, your quilt a little bit. It's so pretty.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. For people that are full disclosure, I haven't finished it, and our class ended last March, right?
Yeah.
Right? Was that it?
Uh,
And
April-ish, I think. Yeah.
April, okay.
Mhm.
And then I started looking for a job in like May, and then I got a job, and I just
Yeah. Yeah.
haven't done anything. So I'm gonna get the sides on, and I'm gonna pay Rachel to long arm the sides.
That's
That's kind
okay.
of cheating, but whatever. It's gonna be done.
Yep. Yep. And those sides are humongous, so we need some quilting in there.
Yeah, it's really hard. I learned on
Mhm.
your own little machine. Like
Mhm.
doing the squares individually, quilting them
Mhm.
wasn't so bad, but when it's all put together and it's this huge like 6-foot quilt, it is hard to
To do the,
try to
the
do that on a
quilting. Yeah, the free motion quilting and all that.
right on your home machine, whatever you call it. So
Yeah, right. Yep.
that would probably be my most unfavorite part. I think that was one of your questions. Like,
Yes.
what don't you like doing? That.
So did you like the
So
stitching in the ditch part of the quilting?
I grew to like it more. Like at
Yeah.
first, I was really very critical of my work, and I think we all were in our class. We would do one, and then we'd be like, "I hate it. It looks
Yeah.
terrible."
Right.
Um, I got more confident, and I mean, it's still not maybe my favorite, but I got better at it, and it
Yeah.
doesn't look as bad.
Right.
So yeah,
Practice makes progress, and you have to
yes,
try everything for quilting to see what you like and what you don't like, and the things you don't like you can
right.
hire out, so it works.
Right, and we just picked them out like when we learned like because the back of my quilt is that dark red that's in
Hmm.
there,
Hmm.
so I used the red as the bottom color so it matches the back of the
Hmm.
quilt, and then the top is just like a neutral color so you can't really see my free
Right.
motion quilting as much. I
Right.
guess I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You want a blended thread most of the time, so you can hide all those mistakes.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. Well, let's see. You've answered a lot of my questions already. What was your favorite block to make out of that quilt?
Oh man.
It's
Um,
probably easier to pick
Probably
the one you hated more, huh?
maybe I really liked this one, the
Yeah. The bear's claw.
bear claw.
Yep.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
That one was cool. And this one up top, what was that one
Uh-huh.
called? I forget. The Carpenter Square, was that it?
No, that one
That one
is, now I forgot.
that one was difficult
Yep.
to make because it's hard to get it to all line up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I liked, let me see, I like that one up in the corner,
Yeah.
just because it has all the colors in it.
The bow tie.
Pretty. The birds in the air was pretty too.
Yeah, yeah. I actually just am making my Aunt Rachel's star block. That is my logo star.
Oh
And it
yeah.
has that pattern, the birds in air in the corners. All of the points are that block. So
Yeah.
actually, I have it right here, so I can show you.
Oh nice.
So
Oh,
they
that's
make
gonna be pretty.
the points of the block. So
Yeah.
yeah. So when I was trying to figure out how to make that block, I'm like, oh, I know that one. I can do that
This
one.
one was a pain too. Do you remember everybody in class had
Yep.
difficulties with Drunkard's Path one?
But that's why it's called Drunkard's Pass, so it doesn't have to be
Right.
perfect.
It looks crazy, yeah.
Yep, yep.
But it's really fun. We all had fun with it. I
So do
enjoyed
you
it.
have any other unfinished quilting projects or UFOs?
Oh, yes. I've got one that I made the top. It was the very first top I made when I took class with Miss Sherry, and I even had the backing for it, and I just never got it long armed and stuff.
Mhm.
And we even used it in our engagement pictures. So
Sorry.
yeah. So I need to finish that, and then I don't even know if you'd call it a started project. I'm doing a denim quilt for Hudson, my oldest
Yeah.
son.
Yep.
Um, and I've got basically jeans cut up and some of them cut into squares. So that's definitely unfinished.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
That will be a good one once you have it done.
Yeah. And then I've got several fabrics that I intend to make things with. I haven't done anything. So I don't know if they count as projects yet. So
Yeah.
yeah, and projects for sure.
You're good at
All
making
this.
all of those pillowcases. Have you made
Yes,
it?
I like okay, so that sounds crazy, but I like it's kind of like it's hard as a mom because you don't have much time and I would like joke with you about my midnight oil sewing.
Mm-hmm.
Um and you feel like you never finish anything. So with the pillowcases, I'm like, I can finish this. I know I can finish this.
Yeah.
And it's something small that I can do and like finish
Mhm.
and feel like I'm sort of accomplished.
Right.
So,
Right.
and I give them to like little kids because I don't, I feel like when you make a little kid a quilt of whatever they're into at that moment, like in a
Yeah.
year, they're not going to be into that.
Right.
So that's a lot of time and effort to put in a whole quilt. But a
Yep.
pillowcase, meh,
Yeah.
if they
Yeah.
don't like it
It's
in
okay.
here, oh well,
Right. Exactly.
you know.
Yep.
So.
Well, I'm hoping to start up some more programs and things coming up soon that we may be able to donate some of those kinds of things to maybe the
Yeah.
rescue mission and other houses like that, or the hospital or foster kids or something like that too. So you can stay tuned for things that are coming up that way. I'm excited for
That
them.
would be good.
Yeah. So are you working on any of those projects right now? Or with
I
it?
want to. This gives me more motivation too.
Yeah.
The problem is my sewing machine is in our garage, which
Mm-hmm.
isn't even a functioning garage, but it's unfinished, so it's really cold out there.
Well, yeah.
So like I remember when I was taking your class and I'd be out there sewing at 11,
Oh,
12,
wow.
and like my hands are going so cold that I
Yeah.
had to go
No,
inside. So
it's
if I
dedication,
could find
girl.
somewhere different to sew, I guess I could put it on I sometimes put it on my dining room table, but
Yeah.
then you can't keep it. You gotta move
Right.
it. So
Right.
I would like to this winter, hopefully while things are less busy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. That's where I used to quilt too, was at the dining room table, not the garage. Can't
Right.
doing the garage. That'd be so cold.
Well, it's nice because like other than the cold part, I would get out there and I could shut out everything and
Yeah.
sort of not hear
Right.
everybody in the house. And
Yeah.
I would put like either music on or I listened to a couple audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
Although I'd have to turn it up really loud to hear it above my sewing machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. It's a hard place to do. Well, doing it in your house with your little boys. I'm sure they wanted to get into everything, and that wasn't very helpful when you had things laid out.
Well, basically I do it after they go to bed, so it's
Yeah.
pretty late some nights.
Yeah. Right. Right. Cool.
Yeah. You know how that goes.
Yep. For sure. It's getting better now that they're older. So just hang
It
in
is.
there.
And like it was crazy to think about. I started your class when William was 6 months old.
Wow. That's crazy.
So it was difficult to get like, the weeks we didn't finish in class or we had homework,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it was hard to get it done, but I loved going to class because
Yeah.
it was just
It's girl time.
2 hours away and girl time and
Yep.
grown up talk and
Yep.
no children climbing on you. And I love
Yeah.
my children,
Yep.
but
Yeah. You need a break from all those hugs.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it was really fun.
What's one thing that's making you happy lately?
Just being home with my boys. I had a busy October and November.
Mm-hmm.
Work and then some other things and just
Yeah.
having days at home with them. It's
Yeah.
just super fun.
Just relax.
They're just at a fun age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Do
Yeah.
you have any other hobbies that you like?
I like to read.
Mhm.
I've always liked to read. Now, how much I read nowadays is,
Yep.
not always.
Right.
But I discovered the Overdrive app. It really helped.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I could borrow books electronically through the library because we go to the library, but we almost immediately go downstairs to the kids part.
Yeah.
So it's hard to go upstairs and look for books while you're watching kids
Right.
and making sure
Right.
they're not abducted.
Pulling all the books off the shelf.
Right. And so yeah, I read a lot, and I read a lot of Dr. Seuss and days too.
Yeah, cool.
So
Well, have any other thoughts you want to add?
Yeah. Sorry, what?
Do you have any other thoughts you want to add to your quilting journey? Anything else you want to share with us?
I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for
I
coming
love
on
your
here.
classes. I would totally recommend them.
Yeah. So that's the next thing is we're starting our next class in February online. It's all the Vintage Farm Girl blocks, and it's going to be kind of a membership class, and you'll get a full kit full of all the fabrics and stuff if that's something you want, unless you want to use up the scraps of all those fabrics you purchased.
Oh,
So
no.
yeah, so excited about
I
it.
like
But
the colors of the Vintage Farm Girl because they're very different than
yeah,
mine are
yeah,
very rich. Hers are more
right,
pastel, I
right.
guess. Is that what I say?
Yeah, kind of. They're that
And yours are
30s style fabric. So,
yes.
yep,
Yeah, that'd be fun
way fun.
and pretty.
Well, thanks so much again for coming on and chatting with us. I hope you have a great night.
I think.
Thanks. Bye. Well, thanks for coming on tonight, guys. I had so much fun talking to Amanda. That was so cool to see her quilt hanging there. And like I said, we're doing our Farm Girl vintage fabric or vintage quilt here soon. And I will have info on that in the links here coming up soon. Still waiting on our website to get finalized, and then we'll have those sign-ups ready. But if you would like to get on our wait list, just send me your email address, and I'll get you on there and send you the information as soon as I have it ready. Thanks for joining us tonight, and I hope you have a great night. Catch you later. Bye.